So we looked at getting half guard from mount. We were focused a lot on kind of getting onto our elbow and up. So when Jay's low, hitting our elbow on this far side here, and then getting it up so that we can start getting into a little bit of a dogfight position. What we're going to look at now is we can't get a leg out, or we're just really struggling because we might be putting lots of pressure into us. Okay? So typically if I have the choice, I'm going to take this back. So if I've got a choice, I'm always going to be coming out to here, looking to come round and start to attack the back control position. Okay? But there are going to be scenarios where maybe I've kind of crooked my elbow and he's gone for a wizard. So now I'm wrapped over in this position. This makes it much harder for me to get up because he can use his shoulders to kind of bump me back down. So anytime I start looking to get back up, yeah, he's using that shoulder to bump me down a little bit. So we've got a couple of different options. We've got one where you can still kind of keep him up a little bit, even if he bumps me down. I can still kind of keep my hip out and keep my hand kind of pointing up, maybe not all the way straight, but at least into this position. Okay, so we're going to start off with this scenario to begin with. So, from here I'm still crossing my leg, yeah, into this half guard position. Alright, what I'm going to start off doing is I'm going to go underneath, which feels counterproductive, but it's actually quite safe. Okay, so this hand is going to go underneath the shin, okay, and grab underneath the shin. Okay, not on top, we want to resist to start off with. We want to be in this position. The reason why we want to be in that position is I can pull. So I've got my bicep to pull the leg in. Okay? So he's got his whizzer here, arm goes underneath. Okay? And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand down towards the hip or the belt into this position. I want him to drive in a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to push in to drive back, pull. We end up going into what we call an old school sweep. Old school sweep. Into this position. So here, drive in, so push him back, pull, and then take him over to the other side, into here. It's not old school that. What's it called, Stu? Reverse old school. We call it that. Just for argument's sake. But I'm using his momentum. I need the person to drive into me though. Okay? So if everyone gets into that position, and then we'll start helping coach you through it.
You're baiting the driver, aren't you?
Yeah, because I'm pushing in into Jason. So if I just hang out here, that position, even though I've got a nice grip on the belt or maybe around the hip, yeah, if he's no reason to push back into me, he's not going to, he's already controlling, so you can use that one-man kick up to drive. When he pushes, pull, and then this hand goes up and keep control. Okay, you see what I'm doing with my leg as well? So you keep this straight, this kind of helps. You want to keep going with the pass at the end. Okay? So let's just see if we can get that roll over and take it from there. On three. 1, 2, 3. The position is the exact same, but it just depends which way you go. One thing I want us to really focus on though is what this bottom arm's doing. So, you see how, remember, be on the side, you never want to be flat back, so anytime we're in this position, we always want to be on the side. Anytime I both shoulder blades on the mat, it's going to be really easy for the top person to squish it. So the bigger the person, the worse the squish. So I alleviate a lot of that pressure just by getting on my side straight away. Underhook, most people are getting this, which is really good, but this here, yeah, people have been a little bit lax with it because we're using the momentum of the hip drag to get the sweep, but we need this, okay? So make sure you're grabbing the shin and pulling it in nice and tight. One of the reasons why we need this, it helps us with that pass, okay? So when I start pushing in and he drives back, when I get to this position, I'm going to grab something, pant, lapel, whatever, to keep this leg trapped, okay? Because if he can start kicking out and start coming in, now I'm into a half guard again. I want to get a clean pass, okay? So make sure you grab the shin, but as you go through to your sweep, you're coming around grabbing the pant to kind of stack the heel close to the ball. And now from here, it's much easier for me to pass because he can't cross his legs, okay? So, a couple more goes on this, but add a pass. But I really want you to trap that leg, yeah? Give it a go. 1, 2, 3. So, which is great. So, if it comes into my half guard, Still the exact same thing, so we're trying to establish this same position, okay? So, still want control of the leg. Remember, if the leg's just flopping around, he's going to slice through. As we were saying last week, the important bit is that I keep control and I end up with my legs above his knee. If his knee ends up above my legs, that's when he's going to be able to pass and start creating some problems for me. So, always have that half guard, get onto your side, into this position, yeah. This hand's going to go underneath. We've still got a few people kind of using this. It is possible to use it, it's just hard. And you end up wrist-locking yourself. So if you end up tapping yourself, I don't know if that counts as a win or a loss. I'd probably just avoid it, okay? So hand goes underneath and grabs your shin, okay? So we start the roll by kind of driving in, don't we? Okay, so start the roll by driving in, but what we can do is we can actually use this as a sweep. Alright, so we're going to go up and then start driving. Now you see what Jason's done, he's posted back. So this is why I'm going to go into the roll to start taking him over this way. Okay, but if he doesn't post back, or I go for the roll and then he stops, or he places his hand somewhere else, this is where I can start driving through into this position, which is called the old school sweep. Okay? A couple of things that I've changed over the years though. So, first thing, if I'm going to try and do the old school sweep, okay, as I come up, I'm going to take the cross away and I'm going to take the outside leg and just pull that leg there. Okay, so we still get a little bit of control. We have to be a bit careful because it takes Andy on a bit of a funny angle. Okay, the other thing as well is when I start driving in to go to here, yeah, I'm not going to drive into where his hand is, I'm going to drive down here where there's nothing. And that's where we get a sweep from. Okay. And these work really well together. You just keep going back and forth until you eventually turn the person over. Now, haven't played the old school sweep. Don't worry if you don't get it, because we're going to spend a bit more time on Thursday doing it. But try and get a feel for when you get that opportunity to go back to the roll. So if the person isn't moving and they're driving in, just switch back to the roll. But have a little play through now, see if you can get the old school sweep. If it starts going wrong or the guy's being a bit of a dick, roll.
So you're peeling the leg when you're doing that as well, mate?
Yeah. You can get away without doing that, but I find that gives me a little bit more control and kind of takes the base away. Yeah. But for now, because we're going to focus on that on Thursday, Stuart.
Okay. Sunday,
just have a play, have fun. Jiu-jitsu. Check it out. Anyway, 1, 2, 3.